Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Faltez Apothecary. Just as I started going live, my credit card machine is doing its little update, so ignore the little beep or buzz that it's going to make. We are here today to talk about the weekly astrology. This is what I like to call the Cliff Notes version. There's lots of apps out there that you can get that will give you more precise information. But I found personally for myself, when I looked at those, it was so much information. It was kind of like, what do I really need to know out of all of this? So anyway, long story short, that's how I came up with these videos. Was to start to help myself, and then I thought maybe other people would find them helpful as well. So let's start by getting a little leaf here to smudge. Maybe not. So just got a little leaf here. There's a hair on it. So some for you guys, some for me. All right, so I'm going to put that over there to burn. And then let's draw our new card and get right into it because we have some stuff to talk about this week. All right, so last week's card was a blessing for peace of mind. So we're going to put that back. Yep, again. So last week we had this card. The 2 weeks before we had the same card too. So usually what this means is whoever really needs to see this hasn't seen it yet, or somebody didn't really pay attention, or it could just mean that we need it again this week. So that's the card for this week, and I will get that put up and a picture of it and a write-up as well. I'm so sorry. I'm never okay. My allergies are driving me crazy. I don't know about anybody else, but like my allergies don't usually last this long. Usually it's like springtime, and then once in a while during different things they come out, but right now it's crazy. But I do have like a ton of stuff right now in the yard that are in blossom, so I don't know if maybe that's what it is. But anyway, let's start out by just touching on the fact that Mercury is still in retrograde. It is going to be in retrograde until September 14th. So not a super long time, but just a reminder that when Mercury is in retrograde, try to avoid any life-changing decisions, changing jobs, buying major purchases, houses, cars, things like that, things that could put you in financial situations. This is not a good time to really jump into a relationship. Like if you started dating someone during Mercury retrograde and you're doing the normal things, that's fine. But don't like wake up one day and be like, I just met this guy online and I'm going to pick up and move there and we're going to be in love and get married and be happy forever. Because that might not happen, right? So no sudden big decisions during Mercury retrograde, like I've talked about this a couple times. Like if your wedding is during Mercury retrograde, and the wedding has been planned for months, and you've been organizing, and you've been engaged for however long, and whatever, I don't consider that a problem. because that decision wasn't made during a Mercury retrograde. Um, it's things that you suddenly just decide during Mercury retrograde that you want to go do. You just suddenly want to go buy a new house, or you suddenly want to put your house up for sale, or you suddenly want to go buy a new car. Um, you suddenly just want to change your career line, things like that. So just watch for those impulses to come along and just kind of like try to step back from that and wait it out 2 or 3 weeks. If after September 14th you're still feeling that same way, then go ahead and act on it. But if it's really a big life changing decision, isn't it worth waiting 3 or 4 weeks to do it to find out if that's really what you really want? So anyway, there's my little spiel on being safe during Mercury retrograde. So let's get started with this week's forecast. I mean, that is this week's forecast because it's the whole week. So we're going to start right out on Monday today, August 28th, with another retrograde. Yeah, we're double dipping here. Uranus is in retrograde in Taurus. So Uranus retrograde is not quite. It's not quite the same as Mercury retrograde. It's more about change. It's more about shifting things. It's more about breakthroughs, things like that. Really, this retrograde is going to be, I think, about change. Uranus retrograde does last all the way through January 27th. Yeah, it's a big one. But it's really, like I said, it's about change, and it can be difficult, it can be hard, but it is in the best interest for us. So is Mercury retrograde. We just don't like it. But it is all about being adaptable, being open to change, and all of those things that some of us are not so good at. I myself am not always so good at change. If I've got a plan all set out and this is how it's going, and then somebody's like, no, we're going to go do this instead. I'm like, what just happened? I don't always deal well. So if you're like me and don't deal well with change, this might be a little bit more of a challenge than if you kind of just roll with the punches. But yeah, so this is going to bring unexpected shifts. It could be in finances, it could be in your values, it could be in your stability, could be in a lot of different things, right? But again, it's being flexible, being adaptable, being open to change. And really, like, this is one of those things where, for me personally, when these things kind of come up, I have to sit back and be like, this is happening for a reason. I don't understand what it is. I don't get it. Because usually, I don't like change. If it's not my decision, like, I'm perfectly fine with change if it's my decision, but when things kind of get thrown at me for change, that's when I'm like, wait, what happened? But anyway, it is about us being open, adaptable, flexible, being a little innovative, kind of that rolling with the punches kind of a thing. But it is going to be for our own good. So again, it's back for me reminding myself that this is happening for a reason. There's a plan. The universe has my back. It's all going to be good. Like, just trust, kind of that leap of faith kind of thing. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a long one. So it starts today and it's going to go all the way through January 27th. So it's a long one. But I think really, we've talked about this in the past as well. we've moved into the age of Aquarius, which is all about being innovative. It's all about lots of things, but really in the nutshell, it's about moving from the me to the we. Our planet has been very much me, give me, give me, give me. And we're going to start moving into the collective, the we. And so I really feel like this retrograde is going to help bring some of that change that's going to be coming. So even though it's going to be a long one, I think it's going to be a good one. And so sometimes it may not personally feel like a good one, but I think the bigger picture is definitely going to be a good outcome. So to work with, I picked this, and this might be something you want to put in your pocket until January 27th. You might not want to work with it for just one day. You might want to work with it through the whole retrograde. Maybe you work with it through part of the retrograde. Maybe you work through it for part and then work with something else for the rest. Who knows? Trust your intuition. But this is, now I can't read it. It says it's for stress. It's blue lace agate and clarity when things don't make sense. I have a blue lace agate ring somewhere, so maybe I ought to pull that out. So again, like I said, maybe this one's something you might want to work with, the whole rest of the year into January. And today's color is light green. So I feel like I just put a whole big thing out there, and then I'm like, and the color of the day is light green. Yeah, it's kind of heavy, right? So we're in Mercury retrograde, which is all about our communications and struggling communications and communication breakdowns. But again, I think part of the retrograde, the bonus for us is it's a good time to just sit back and kind of not make decisions and not be all over the place and just kind of sit back and just let things kind of go by us for a little while. And so I think that can be a positive for us. And I know everybody freaks out like when social media is not working or the internet's not working or whatever's not working. But again, I think it's really just a good chance for us to just kind of unplug and just be. Like, instead of playing on our phone, let's go for a walk in the woods, Anyhow, my 2 cents. Moving over to Tuesday, the 29th. If anybody has any questions about any of that, please let me know. I do have a video about Mercury going retrograde. I believe I also have a video about Uranus going retrograde. If I can find them, I will post them in the links in the comments for you. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. They're quite a bit older. They're probably 2-3 years old now. But I mean, the information about the retrograde itself is good. Maybe whatever else I'm talking about, like upcoming events or things I'm planning on doing, are obviously not going to be relevant anymore. But the information about the retrogrades themselves are good. That doesn't change. So anywho, Tuesday, August 29th. Aquarius moon in tension with Jupiter. So Jupiter, we know, is all about being optimistic, about moving forward, good luck, things like that. And so with the Aquarius moon in tension with Jupiter, there may be an amplification of desires for personal freedom. And so again, don't make rash decisions, right? Mercury retrograde, don't make rash decisions. So if you're feeling that really deep down desire for just having your personal freedom, don't necessarily end a relationship or anything sudden like that. Just tell your significant other, you need a me day. and go do whatever it is you're going to do, right? Be your unique self. Go do whatever it is that's going to make you happy for the day. But again, don't make any big rash decisions on relationships during Mercury retrograde. I did write down also, don't overextend yourself. So, we can tend to do that when things get excessive, right? And don't take, again, unnecessary risks. So, again, back to that, don't make decisions that are going to change. It's going to be life changing. You know, if you're in the grocery store and you can't decide between chunky peanut butter and creamy peanut butter, you know, pick one, you're good. But if it's like end a relationship or not end a relationship, like, like I said, don't make those decisions impulsively. All right. And Tuesday's color is sky blue. And I picked some amethyst. It says enhances your commitment, individuality, and idealism. So I picked it for that I can't talk today. Individuality. I can't talk most days. Who am I kidding? So there's some amethyst for you to help you express your own individuality. All right, Wednesday, the 30th, it's full moon in Pisces. I can't read my own writing. And we will be back. I will be back. I could think I have a mouse in my pocket. I will be back Wednesday morning at 10. So going forward after today, hopefully all of our videos are going to be at 10 a.m. So whatever day they are, obviously the weekly forecasts will stay on Monday. And then new moon and full moon videos will happen somewhere Monday through Friday. So depending on when the full moon or new moon is, it'll be the closest day before. So if the new moon is on Sunday, the video will be on Friday. Okay. And if it happens to be the new moon or full moon is on Monday, most likely what I'm going to do is the astrology forecast at 9 and then the new moon or full moon at 10. Okay. So just not that many of you are here with me live, but maybe that time slot will be a little bit different. I don't know. This is a time where, if you have kids, you've got to be getting them ready for school. You've got to get ready for the day. Maybe 9, 10 o'clock, you can grab a cup of coffee and just sit with me. But anyway, so Wednesday's full moon video will be at 10 o'clock a.m., not p.m. So a little bit about the full moon in Pisces today is it's definitely going to bring you some heightened emotions. We know Pisces is our emotional sign. They are going to bring in all the emotions, and those are going to be heightened for you. But it's also going to bring one of my most favorite things, a profound connection to your intuition. Your intuition is going to be like on Wednesday. So I know I'm a geek, but I'm super excited about it. So I put down, immerse yourself in your pursuits, whatever it is, that it is that you're trying to do, whether it be big or small, whatever it is your goal is right now, immerse yourself in it on Wednesday. I can't read my own writing again. Oh, I wrote indulge in exploration. Yeah, so just like go nuts, go crazy on Wednesday. Have a little fun. For me, it'll be fun. I don't know about for everybody else, but anything that's heightened intuition always like makes me happy. Again, there's always that, what happens if it's too much. So you could be getting overwhelmed, especially when your emotions are heightened. Especially if you're an empath, right? Like, gosh, I can't even imagine what that would be like. I'm not an empath. I don't want to be an empath. So if you are an empath, double up on your bubble, on your shield, whatever it is that you use. And really maybe, you know, I think of these funny things in my head that are not reality, but I think of like, the how the werewolf on the full moon locks himself in the dungeon, so like he can't get out. I kind of think of an empath doing that, but not for their protection, but for his own protection, of going in the basement and locking themselves away. But anyhow. Yeah, so emotions are going to be heightened, so be aware of that. And again, like, no big decisions during Mercury retrograde, no sudden changes, things like that. Write it out, give it time to see if that's how you still really feel, in a few weeks. But also remember that the full moon is when we release things that are no longer serving us. So like I just told you, no big decisions, right? Um, if you've had something you've been working on for a really long time, um, for example, for me, it was anger. It took me years. I was, and it still comes back. I'm human, right? I still have anger, um, but I deal with it much better than I used to. And I'm not angry all the time. I used to be angry, like at everything made me mad. Um, and so, like, I worked on it month after month after month. And so if it's something like that for you, continue to work on that. It's, good. And, if you're being practical about the full moon, and really, like, I'm releasing what no longer serves me. I'm releasing whatever's standing in my way, blocking my path, things like that, that the universe is going to do their best for you. She's not going to make bad decisions for you. But like I said, if it's something you've been working on for a long time, like, you can continue to work on that. It's not something you just suddenly decided to do. But again, if you suddenly decide that you want to, I don't know, go back to school, and you're financially not able to, you can release financial burdens, because whether you go back to school or not is not the point, really. It's that you're releasing something from yourself, financial burdens. So, whether or not you actually act on going to school or not is, um, uh, that's important. I think that's important. That's not what I'm saying, but um, what you're releasing is still a good thing to do. It's still a healthy thing to do, you know. So, things like that. Um, I don't know if I'm really making myself clear on that, but I think you guys are smart enough to figure out what I'm trying to say. Um, but if I'm not explaining it well, please tell me, and I will try to explain it better. I'll try to be smarter. Um, Wednesday's color is royal blue, and I picked, again, it's some amethyst, but this one is chevron amethyst. Grounds Pisces so they can make their dreams happen. So basically what I did is I'm doing the grounding for the Pisces, right? That's what I picked it for, because, like I said, it's going to be some heightened emotions. So doing a little bit of grounding during that time is not a bad idea. All right. So Thursday, August 31st. Can you believe it's August 31st? Like, every week or every month that goes by, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And like, now it's like, it's going to be fall. And it actually is fall here. Um, Here in northern New Hampshire, we had like 2 weeks of summer, and actually in like April. And then we had spring. And then this whole entire season that's supposed to be summer is now just rain. It's a rain season. And then we've moved right into, I mean, it's still raining. It hasn't stopped raining here. Like, for months. And now it's fall. I don't know what happened this year, but anyway. Thursday, August 31st, Pisces moon opposite Mercury. So we got more Mercury energy there. Heightened emotions. Again, so we're still in that Pisces. So the Pisces and the moon are still doing their thing. Now they are opposite Mercury. So heightened emotions, intuitive insight is still all going to be there for you. Now we've just added an extra bonus on top of Mercury retrograde of more communication challenges on Thursday. I'm sorry. So Thursday, yeah, we have the moon opposite Mercury and we have Mercury retrograde on Thursday. So it's probably going to be a very challenging day communication wise. And again, one of the reasons I started this video was because I had some throat chakra issues, still do. So on these days, I would make sure to be on my best, I don't know if I want to say behavior. That's not really true, but I made sure that everything that was coming out of my mouth was not like just coming out of my mouth, right? I made sure when someone asked me a question, when somebody said something to me, that my answers, my comments were very, I don't necessarily want to say guarded, but I guess kind of, yeah, guarded. I kept things short. I didn't initiate conversations on those days. I'd go to work and just be like, yep, we're good today, and just go to my desk and stay there. But yeah, I was just very, very aware of whatever was coming out of my mouth and keeping communications to a minimum because, like I said, I knew I had some throat chakra issues on top of some anger issues. So those don't go well together. So however you choose to handle Thursday, just be aware that it can be a challenging day. It can cause communication issues, which can cause arguments. And again, we don't want to be making rash decisions. So if you have an argument with your boss at work, don't just quit. So again, like I'm not the best for advice on this because, like I said, my way of dealing with it was basically hiding. There's probably much better productive ways to deal with it. Yeah, my solution was to just kind of not talk to anybody that day if I didn't have to. But that's because of all my placements where they are. I have Sagittarius. I have Aries. I have a lot of assertiveness. I have a lot of boldness. I have a lot of bluntness. On top of, I had an anger issue and a throat chakra issue. It didn't go well. But yeah, so just be aware that Thursday's probably going to be a little tough. Okay. And again, no big decisions. So Thursday's color is yellow. And I picked some aquamarine. And it says enhances your instincts, your dreams, and your faith. Now, I wasn't so much about the dreams, but you use it how you want. But enhances your instincts. I'm all for that, right? We all know that. But your faith that all of this is for a reason. So Thursday you can work with some aquamarine. And my aquamarine is right there. So, all right, Friday, September 1st, moon in Aries. So, gonna be some ambitiousness. Going to be feeling ambitious. You might be wanting to experience some new experiences. You might be feeling a little impulsive or a little rash. Not like rash. So you, again, don't make weird, life-changing financial decisions. I know I'm really stressing that, but I really want you guys to remember, don't make big, impulsive, life-changing decisions. But, if you have some ambitions to do some stuff, that's great. Just, be wise about it. Whatever it is. If you have ambition to go, I don't know, paint your living room, that's not really a life-changing decision. Go do it. Um, Now, if you've got the ambition, you wake up with the ambition to completely gut your kitchen because you're going to remodel it, and then after you've totally ripped everything out, realize that you don't have money to put it back together. That's what I'm more like what I'm talking about. But if you're like, well, I just want to paint it and give it a new little energy, then great, go buy a gallon of paint and paint your kitchen. Don't gut it with a sledgehammer and then be like, oh shit, I don't really have money to fix this now. So use that ambition, use that energy to your benefit. Just be wise about it, okay? New experiences, again, same kind of situation, right? If you want to go visit a town you've never gone to before, or a sightseeing kind of thing, or a historical place, or whatever it is, go do that. But don't do it at the expense of, if you don't go to work, you're going to get fired. Um, you know, if you're like, listen, I'm going to take Friday off because I'm going to go do this thing, and your boss is like, cool, great, have a great time, great. If your boss is like, no, you can't have the day off, and then you decide you're going to call out, like, your boss is not dumb. You asked for the day off. He told you no. Then you called out. Again, be smart about it, guys, right? The last thing I wrote is think before making decisions. Like, just be wise about it. Use your brain. You all have one. I have faith in you. So Friday's color is sky blue, and I picked some rhodonite, and it says prepares you and balances your actions so you don't shoot past your goal. Now, the goal part, again, these cards, are sometimes a little bit too wordy for me. So I picked it for balancing your actions. So some rhodonite for helping balance out your actions. All right, Saturday, September 2nd, still Aries moon, in harmony with Venus. So we have assertiveness, ambition, drive, new experiences with Venus, which is all about love. So could be a fun, interesting day for you. Really going to be feeling very affectionate, and adding that on top of the assertiveness could be fun. Might not be, I don't know. But and remember, everybody else is feeling the same energies as us. They're just affected a little bit different because of where their placements are, right? So the way it affects me is not the way it's going to affect my husband, but the general energies would be the same. So, if you're feeling a little frisky, your partner should also be feeling that same similar energy. So it's a really good day to be creative. So all that passion and that affection and assertiveness could be a great source for creativity. Don't again, there's always that balance, right? Watch for being impulsive and watch for being a little selfish, right? So I don't know, I got things going off all over the place here. So watch for that, okay? Because you can be, it can be a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too much. And, you know, we can start to get a little bit selfish about me, me, me. I want, right? So just be aware of that, keeping that in balance. So Saturday's color is white. So boring, white. And I picked, which is funny because it's Aries love. Ruby and Feldspar will help balance your intense feelings while keeping things exciting. So some Ruby and Feldspar for you for Saturday. All right, so finishing up the week, Sunday, September 3rd, Moon enters Taurus. This is one of my favorites as well. So Taurus is going to bring us some nice grounded energy. It's going to be a nice end of the week, especially we have a couple of challenging days there, right? Moon in Taurus is going to bring us nice grounded energy, some sensual energy still, stability, comfort. That's like the big one for Taurus, okay, is the comfort. So that's going to be the day, whatever that looks like for you, comfort. For me, it's probably going to be wearing really comfy clothes, which is probably going to be sweatpants and a sweatshirt, especially if it's chilly and cold still. A blanket, a cup of hot chocolate, a good movie or a good book. You know, sitting on the couch with the dog, that kind of stuff. So, you know, maybe that's not your comfort. That's fine. But whatever your comfort is, that's kind of the energy that's going to be around on Sunday. So, again, with the let's beware, you could start to feel a little possessive and resist change. So those are some things that might also be there for Sunday. I was going to say Saturday, Sunday. So make sure you're not getting too possessive. I just had this like thought of like me on the couch with my blanket and fighting with the blanket with the dog. It's my blanket. Get your own damn blanket. I know that's being silly, but that's, you know, that possessiveness might be coming through a little bit, and resisting change could be in there for you a little bit as well. But it's not a day of big changes coming or anything like that. And as far as the individual energies, but again, we have that Uranus in retrograde, which is going to be bringing change for the next what? So we have September, October, November, December, January. So we have like 5 months of some changes coming. So, like I said, if you're like me and change can throw you off balance, put your seatbelt on. But again, it is for a good, I don't want to say good cause, good outcome, I guess is better. So it's going to all be in our best interest, whatever that is going to be. It may not seem it at the time. We may question why things happen. We may question, you know, what was the purpose or why are we going through this or all, you know, any of those things that come up in life. And just remember that it is all for a purpose. And, you know, we don't always know the bigger picture of things. And I guess, again, that's where faith comes in, right? So, oh, I should tell you, Sunday's color is white, and I picked Chrysocolla, provides soothing healing that comforts when you feel worn. So basically just the soothing comfort, right? So Taurus is all about comfort. And so, all right, so that's going to finish up for today. Like I said, I'll see you guys all back Wednesday at 10 a.m. and I will go over full moon. I'll go into a little bit more of the astrology for you and then talk about some different things, tools that you may want to work with during that particular full moon. So with that, I will see you guys Wednesday. I hope something in this video was helpful for you. Please share. Please tag a friend if you think they may be interested in what as well. Give me a thumbs up. Say hi. Tell me where you're from. Questions, comments, your own insight is all welcome. So thanks for watching. And as always, remember to be kind. Your kindness is not only going to improve your day, it's going to improve somebody else's day. And it could potentially change someone's life for the better. So thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Bye.